Yo, what's going on guys? My name's Jack and welcome back to a brand new video and another episode of our Mediterranean Sea crossing. We are currently between Crete and Sicily. So in the last episode, you'll know that we left Crete, we started sailing towards Sicily, and we are on basically our first passage of no phone signal, no connection, and pretty much open water. I'm really looking forward to today. We've got good conditions. We should be able to make another 150 miles or so towards Sicily. Over the last 24 hours, we've had brilliant conditions. We started off with quite a strong downwind sail and a following sea, and we had the spinnaker out, learnt how to use that, which you can see in the last episode. And then for the last 12 hours or so, we've had either a broad reach or a beam reach that has been taking us all the way to Sicily. We've made hundreds of miles in the last 24 hours, or not hundreds of miles, but a good 180 miles or so, and it's just been really exciting. I went to bed at 4 a.m. and it was very light and variable, and I came up this morning at 8 a.m. to start my shift, and we were doing 7 knots with a beam reach, which is where the wind hits side onto the boat, and it was just absolutely beautiful. And in other news as well, we had this bird that joined us about a day ago, and it came into the cabin here and we were looking after it, and then it just flew off. And now I came up this morning and we're keeping him in a pot. He was absolutely exhausted. He landed on the boat and he was just flying off and landed on the boat, apparently. That's what the guys have told me. And for the minute we've got him in a little pot, he's got some water, he's got some seeds, and we're just trying to keep him well rested, and then when we get to Sicily we can let him go and he can look after himself. But we don't think, because he was such a little bird, we don't think he would have made the crossing really. So hopefully we've done the right thing. Let me show you him. Don't want to disturb him too much, but yeah, we've got a bird, we've got a little pet on board our passage, and hopefully makes a good recovery. We're a little bit concerned about him, so all the guys are taking turns to keep an eye on, make sure he's fed, watered, and he's okay. Yeah, check this out. So we've got quite a rough sea at the minute. What was that? It's just this lid. Well, that was scary. We've got the music on, chili cooking. Just missed it. Oh, unbelievable.
It's quite beautiful to watch these sunsets every single day. The sunrise every single morning. Pretty epic.
Spiritual.
Exactly what it is.
With a bottle of chili. Courtesy of me.
Oh, it's banging, mate. It's so good. Well done. I'm so glad you really want to cook.
It's your turn, Rich. What an eventful day. Time is 4:19 a.m. I'm pretty destroyed. The tiredness is starting to really set in now. We're doing 4 on, 4 off, and my shift kind of starts at 8 a.m. and then I work until midday on the boat, sailing, whatever, and I get 4 hours off. Start again at 4, and I can basically do a little bit of my shift and start cooking, which I really have enjoyed, and then I get off shift at about 8 o'clock and I rest until 12, and then repeat until 4, and here we are. So tomorrow will probably be halfway, so there's at least six days left in this, and can't give up any time soon really. We're non-stop. Oscar, our poor little birdie that we'd caught, was doing fantastic. He seemed to be doing great. But then I went down to bed and came back up, and I was told that unfortunately little Oscar didn't make it. Waleed offered him up to the wind. He opened his wings, and towards sunset we reached the most isolated point in the Mediterranean, which is pretty interesting. So we had the most isolated point of the Med. I don't know how else to explain it. That's pretty self-explanatory, and I have to say it is quite a weird experience. You know, in the modern day, we are 90% of the time attached to our phones, and not attached to our phones, but you know, we always have cell phone service, and we always have the ability to check our emails and check Instagram and message our loved ones. But having time at sea and the inability to do that does feel very strange. Anyway guys, I'm going to leave you to it. I am absolutely beat. I've had a nice warm shower, I've cleaned up. The sea is lulling me to sleep, not the fact that I'm on fumes right now. I'm running on empty. And I'll wake up in the morning in 4 hours time to start my shift again at 8. Catch you later.
You've done yourself this time, Jack.
I'm just an outstanding chef, mate.
It's got a lot of tidal run through it as well, so you have to hit it at the right time. Yeah, I've got no idea which way it runs, but we'll find out when we get internet, so that's fine. Through here and then up this island up here, Stromboli, which is got the most active volcano in Italy. It's really nice to see at night. I'm sure you guys can fly off there. And then potentially we go and mess around there for a couple of days, and then up to Napoli, which is only 120 miles or something. And then potentially we can fly out of here.
And if not,
commercial fly out of here.
Yeah, but it's a big depression there if it's circular.
But it's still coming in. Look, on Saturday. You can't move. You can't move till Saturday.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't get much better than that now, does it? Sailing a catamaran across the Med with your mates, and a beautiful sunset after a lovely bar. Just incredible. It's so hard to keep your balance and try and brush your teeth at the same time. And it's pretty close fibre. And it's pretty calm to like. And usually I'm banging my head on muscle. The time is 10 past 10. I came off shift at 8 o'clock, so I'm just basically getting my head down for a couple of hours now. I've got to get back on shift at midnight, so I've got an hour and 50 to catch up on some sleep. But we've had an amazing day. Today was one of the best days for a multitude of reasons, really. We had really calm conditions, so we've just been motoring along, and it's been open blue skies. We had an amazing sunrise, an amazing sunset, and the vibes on the boat have just been so good. Everyone's been really happy. We had a flame grilled barbecue. I cooked inside out cheeseburgers with a barbecue onion relish. These kind of moments in life, you just want to hit the pause button and make them last forever, so you can cherish them in your memory and cherish them at the time that they're happening as well. It's been a really eye-opening experience for many different reasons, really, and I'm sad that it's going to end in a few days. Today we had a look at the grid files, and unfortunately from Tuesday onwards there's going to be this really strong headwind. Now that doesn't leave us much of an option really, so we're going to get to Sicily, spend a few days flying in Sicily, and then head up the Italian coastline before Richard and I are going to have to go home. We're on a little bit of a schedule, so it doesn't really look like we're going to get all the way to Barcelona. You know, unfortunately, we can't control the weather, can't control everything that's happening, and we've got to get back to the UK. So rather than bashing into a headwind, which would just be practically impossible considering the strength of it, we've decided to make the most of the trip, spend some time in Sicily, and then spend some time working our way up the Italian coast so that we can go and, I think, visit the volcano of Stromboli, if that's right, and just make the most of it. Go fly in, eat some Italian food, and make the most of the time we've got left together. It's just been a life-changing experience, really. I've never been at sea for this long. I've never spent much time on a yacht at all, so I'm really, really grateful for the experience and thankful for what we've had. And unfortunately, it's going to come to an end a little bit sooner than we'd like, but you know, you can't always get what you want, can you? So that's that, really. I think that's me done for the evening. I'm absolutely shattered. Today was an amazing day. I feel incredibly lucky. And amongst this pandemic that we're all going through, to experience something as spectacular as this has been truly incredible, and I feel very, very fortunate. Now that things are starting to open up again, you know, we've got May 17th coming quickly, which means that we'll be able to head out of the country for tourism purposes. So if you guys have got any epic adventures planned, or if you just plan to go on holiday with your loved ones, do let me know. I'm always excited to hear what you guys are up to and how you guys are going to make the most of getting back out into the world again after the pandemic and all that kind of stuff. It feels good to see the back end of all this, and I'm hoping that in the near future we can all get on with our lives and start to enjoy it all again. But now I'm going to get to sleep. I've got my shift coming up in 2 hours, and I'm going to leave you all to it. So if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below, and I'll catch you in the next one.